Great.
Very good. First of all, I'd like to welcome everyone to a very difficult day, but it will be a celebration. For Joseph Batista Dizon,
Got it. Yep. Did you hit?
good. It's an honor and a privilege to stand before you on behalf of the family to celebrate our brother, friend, and father. My strength today comes from knowing that my brother is right here with me, as he would want me to do this for him. I'd like to begin with a quote Joe had written, actually two quotes that Joe had written in a diary. He said, "There are only 2 days in the year that nothing can be done. One is called yesterday, and the other is called tomorrow. So today is the right day to love, believe, do, and mostly live." His second quote that I found is so endearing. "You must love in a way that the person you love feels free." Joe lived his life exactly like that. His spirit was pure and free. So he may love so purely that at hello and goodbye, you always knew the love and genuine care that he held for you. Joe had the deepest of sincerity in his words. He gave his heart and time, which in this life is more valuable than anything. Joe's 54 years were far too few, as we all sought his presence for a lifetime more. His impact in 54 years was greater than 50 men living 100. No man has reached so many and made all he has touched feel as if they could do anything or be anything. His eyes and smile could heal all hurts and encourage greatness. Times like these can create gaps in a family. The loss of our brother, friend, and father has brought family together, healed wounds, built bridges, and included the most unlikely of groups all together as one. Joe has created strength, compassion, understanding, and the most unlikely of love in the most amazing ways. Only a divine man could accomplish what you have in your lifetime, brother. Our family is indebted to you for our rest of our lives. The Dalai Lama would be so proud of your divinity, brother. If you didn't know, he read that almost every day. Your greatness will be remembered, lived, loved, missed, emulated, but most of all celebrated. My sweet Lily, if there was ever to be anyone who could emulate your dad, it is you. You embody his beauty from the inside out. When I see you, I see him in every single way. You fulfilled him and gave him an unparalleled joy. Uncle and Auntie are standing by you, the rest of your family, and your mother, anything you need. We love you and are so proud of you, and we'll be here every day. I love you, brother. I have your back like you always had mine. You will always be by my side.
again, thank you all for being here today. I would like to begin by reading some things I wrote in a journal that Joe gave to me. I didn't save it because it's so beautiful, but now seemed like the right time to use it. I write in it as if I'm writing letters to him. The quote on the front is so fitting. It says, "Be happy for this moment. This moment is your life." My dear sweet brother Joe, you left us today, Friday, May 3rd, 2024. It's 1:15 a.m. I'm exhausted, but do not want to go to sleep because that would mean I have to wake up knowing I have to spend the day and the next day and the next day for the rest of my life without seeing your smiling face. I can't imagine our family without you. Everything reminds me of you. You are everywhere, which is wonderful and awful at the same time. I will forever be thankful for the countless ways you've touched my life and all the ones around me. I miss you so much already. Saturday, May 4th, Joe, you would have been blown away by the selflessness that was present in your honor today. Lily, Mel, Sophia, Elsie, your mother, Lauren, Keys, Mom, Gabe, Gary, Jared, and I all came together to celebrate our common bond. It is you. You would be so proud of how Lily handled it all today. You would be so proud of how Jared handled it, inviting you to run your face. It was truly incredible. You lived through each of us. I miss you so much. I have no idea how to pay tribute to such an incredible man, and the few short moments that I have with you here today, there are no words worthy enough or great enough to describe the kind of person Joe was. He had a unique ability to connect with you, listen to you, make you feel like the most important person in the world, whether it was sharing a heartfelt moment to laughing about something goofy. He was always present with you. I've always looked up to him. When I was a kid, he seemed larger than life. I always hoped that someday I would be as cool, talented, smart, and articulate as he was. I loved his quirkiness, his obsession with Thundercats, music and concerts and mosh pits, tarot cards, and all of his funny t-shirts, his love of thrift shopping and everything vintage, and his extensive trinket collection. Everything seemed to have meaning to him, hence the trinkets everywhere. He saved everything, every single bracelet or drawing his niece Elsie made for him, every card ever given to him. He felt everything so deeply. He was always such an old soul, but a kid at heart. We shared a love of cookies and donuts and sweets in general. When he was in the hospital, he found a vending machine with candy, and he would sneak away and buy a bag of candy and would hide in the reflection room to eat it because candy was, of course, not in his diet. He had Elsie, his niece, believing that M&Ms were actually called WWs for the longest time. I had the honor of sharing so many laughs with him over the last 8 years. He was my partner in wrangling the cats and helping me wash their back ends and trimming their claws. He was my buddy in the kitchen, helped me cooking and cleaning up. He was me and Jared's partner in making meals, creating cocktails, renovating our home, cutting down trees, hosting gatherings. I'm so thankful to have memories of playing pool, sitting around a fire, listening to music, and trying to name the artist first, watching movies and playing board games like Villainous. He was so incredible. With his nieces and nephew, he found so much joy in just playing with them, whether it was building sandcastles to snowmen, playing Legos, dolls, and dress up. Joe was an incredible father. The bond he had with Lily is one any parent could only hope for. Joe and Lily lived with us for a couple of years. Seeing them together day to day was so special and heartwarming. We would watch movies together and they would cuddle up together. She'd put her feet on him. I have countless photos of them passed out on our couch together. He always saved extra hair ties and attached them to his watch just in case she needed one. Watching Joe become the man he was at 54 was an incredible honor. We had the most wonderful, thoughtful conversations. while he was in the hospital. It was the worst circumstance, but I'm very grateful for those moments. He seemed very peaceful. With tears in his eyes, he told me how happy he was, that I was happy, that he finds comfort, that I'm becoming the best version of myself, and how he admired the relationship Jared and I had. He said for the first time in his life, he felt like he didn't have a void to fill. He said he felt so good about being him. Looking back on it, I wonder if he knew his life's work here was coming to a close. He was teaching us all how to love unconditionally, to forgive, to make amends, to smile more, be present in each moment more. And we never even knew he was teaching us these things. He said his spirit animal was a hummingbird. The morning after he left us, the hummingbird came to visit us on our deck, and it hovered above the chair he always sat in. Then the clouds parted and the sun came out. And we knew it was him, a sign that you always be with us.
Joe, what can explain or describe a person would? Remember a kid being so infatuated with you. He loved everything about you. And everything you did.
I remember as a kid being so infatuated with you. I loved everything about you and everything you did. I looked up to you. I was always so mesmerized with your artwork and your hobbies. At times it would get me in trouble. I would invite all my friends into your bedroom to show them how cool you were. Your comic collection was so awesome. I believe it's the reason why I love DC and Marvel so much to this day. Being 12 years older than me, you were instrumental in some of the best times in my life. I remember at Rainbows getting launched like a rag doll, tossed off the diving board, not to mention competing at swim, pushing myself to be just like you, trying to fill your shoes. The many years you climbed on Grandma and Grandpa's roof, pretending to be Santa. I watched you ride your unicycle. I thought you were so cool. I could still never figure out how to ride one. We shared a love for snowboarding, camping, golf, and fishing. The Cape Cup days were legendary, but as you know, what happens at Cape Cup stays at Cape Cup. I loved watching you become a father and your dedication to your daughter, especially all the work and donating you put into Lily's school auctions, only for us to pretty much buy it all back. I'll never forget the trip to Ketchikan. We won one of those auctions. It was the first time I fell in love with Alaska, and the most memorable brother bonding time we shared, just you and I. I will forever hold that close in my heart. I will tell stories about that trip to this day. I love you, Joe. Give Grandma and Grandpa and my son a giant hug for me. I'll see you when my time is up. And by the way, you were one badass mother ever on a motorcycle. Yeah. A million birds in a small space. It doesn't seem to hold the capacity to make up the most amazing man I've ever known. I think I'm 18 years younger than Joe and an inch or two taller. With the day that we always talk about and we never settled it. My entire life I looked up to my brother And I wouldn't be the daughter, the sister, the wife, and mother I am today without him. Joe always had a way of sharing his wisdom and being there for me without ever making me feel like it was 18 years or too far between us. Joe knew the treasure of moments in time. He could have just met you in the first 5 minutes, or you've been known for 20 years. It didn't matter to Joe, because he knew how important time was. He would be so genuinely filled with joy to sit and have a conversation with you, or hold you in the tightest embrace, which all air is leaving out of your body. That was just him. It all mattered to him, and he would always remember it. I have so many of those moments now, and they are my treasures. From a weekend spent with Joe and Mel and going to GameWorks, playing with all the toys and video shorts, as a little kid, shopping for all the things on Mars and Martian because I knew that one was my favorite. From all the times asking a job for me and me wanting to be a graphic designer just like him. So I tried to load the 20 floppy disks of fonts he gave me onto my 97 Windows PC computer. That one was interesting. But I always wanted to be just like him. When I had my first daughter, Ian, he was one of the first ones to visit in the hospital. And I remember him walking in with the biggest smile on his face. He was so proud, so happy. And in his arms, he had the biggest, brightest neon pink rock. And he still has it on her bed to this day. Even to my wedding day. A look from my brother that I will never forget. One that we both know. In the unspoken words that are between him and I. And that look that I will always cherish and hold on to. Joe was pure light, like a sunrise touching the sky. He would fill every room, conversation with light. He radiated it, he gave it. Joe understood without darkness there could be no light. He knew how to be the glow and the warmth to bring me back home. He always did that for me. Always. Joe's love, it was perfect. I tried to come up with the words, but how do you describe it? Joe's love knew no bounds and exceeded beyond what any of us deserved. His love was just magical. No matter at what place and time, you knew it was there, and you could feel it. Even at this moment, I hope you all can feel it. It's all around us. Joe's love was selfless and pure, only so rare in a lifetime. So he's still here. And I've talked and I've screamed and I've cried and I say I don't understand. But I know my brother would say, it's okay, it's okay, honey. You'll see. I'm right here. And when my mom, his eyes, Joe got from her. My sister and my brother, Joe, the house, and made us the siblings of four. My daughter will forever dance for their uncle, knowing that he is forever watching them on stage. My nieces, the memories that they'll carry on and pass on to their sons and to their daughters. My nephews, and look at them and they smile just as big as their uncle Bill. Sorry, that's it. So Joe's here. Joe's a part of us as family, and we're a part of him. He'll be the warmth of our days, the chill breeze of the nights, the blanket of stars in the skies. He'll be the beautiful painting, the belly, laughs, the happy tears, the sound of cheers, the perfect paintings and lilies. Joe is and will always be part of our world, all around us. So, to my brother, please fly high, and I love you forever, my angel. I'll miss you forever, like the stars in the sun, in the morning sky.
you everyone for being here today. It means a lot. It means a lot to all of us. Never in my wildest dreams did I think we would be here today saying goodbye to Joey B. A man like him was supposed to die so early. I met Joe in my early 20s at the K, and we became the best of friends. His infectious smile and his warmth drew me in just like it did everybody else. We became roommates and ultimately began to date. My years with Joe were literally some of the best times of my life. We grew up together, and we had a family of sorts through the K. We hosted many, many dinners with family and friends, and everybody came together and appreciated the time we had. Joe was always a safe place for me to land. And I could count on him to hold me up in times that I couldn't do it myself. He stood beside me, and he took my burdens on as his own to try to shift some of the weight from me because he knew I couldn't do it. We overcame so many heartaches, but we also triumphed in many successes. Our most important and greatest being Lily. If you know her, you know that she embodies everything that her dad was. I have no doubt, Lily, at least, that you will carry him with you and continue to evolve into the amazing human that he knew you to be. He loved you with his every fiber, and you were all that mattered to him. Despite our love for each other, life got really fucking hard. And I wasn't capable at that time to accept the love that he offered me. He tried so hard to help me to try and heal from things in my past that were a barrier to me accepting his love. He gave up his soul to try to make me realize he was there for me. And despite the fact that we ended our marriage, and there were a lot of strong feelings behind it all, we were able to find our way back to the love and respect that we had when we met, and the friendship that drew us together. And we did that for the sake of our daughter. And I'm so, so, so thankful that we were in a good place before he left us so unexpectedly. My promise to Joe is to always ask myself, what would Joe do before I act? Because that'll tell me if what I'm feeling is what I should do. I am so scared of how we're going to move forward in life without your dad and everything that he was to us. And I know I have to trust that there's a reason and purpose in all of this, but he will be so fucking missed. I love you, Joe Dizon, and thank you for all you were in my life. And thank you for giving me Lily.
We're now going to open it up for anybody that would like to share a story, a brief moment of something you remember or want to share with everyone here so we can celebrate it. But we are going to open it up to the nieces and nephews real quick if they want to say something.
forward, it's been one of my biggest surprises, and it's only ever been. When my mom had me, he was always there and never stopped reminding us how much she loved us. He always told me how proud he was of what I've accomplished. And I had the most special laugh, and every time I saw him, he had this smile on his face, and he got very excited. When you talk to him, he made you feel like the most supportive person in the room. Mine was always make sure that I could have a close relationship with him and my cousin. I'm so grateful for the love. I love you so much.
Elsie would like to say something.
I really loved to play that together. And I always know that he would always love me when he was gone. Even though he's not here, he still is. I still love him. I'll always do even anything for him.
Would anybody like to share anything? Bring the microphones to you.
My son Jerry. My name is Elizabeth. I'm like Joseph's mom. A mother that was gifted a beautiful boy from a beautiful man. They asked me to write something, but I couldn't find a word. I couldn't find a single word to say. My heart was stirred up the light and said, let him press, let him press. But nobody wants me to say something. And I just want to say to my family, my sons, my niece, my daughters, and all his friends, thank you so much for making this celebration of his life the most beautiful. And thank you so much. And I thank you. Thank you for all your love. My heart, like King Charles says, in the heart of angels, sing thee. Yes. Thank you so much.
Hey, cousin. I love you. I love seeing all these pictures of my cousin. My name's Anthony. I'm Joseph's cousin. The distance of time between I saw my cousin was great. But every time I did see him, he always had, like everybody said, huge smile, big hug, big eyes. And I love that about him. These pictures that are on the screen and around the room really show Joseph had a great life, full life. I love seeing him. And I know when I do see him again, he'll have that big smile, big hug, big laughs for me. So, cousin, ride easy. I love you. I'll see you again.
Hello. I know that today is one of the saddest days for many of you. And we've all been talking about Joe, and we've been talking about his humor and his smile, and I have to share something. When I think of Joe Dizon, Joe was a groomsman in my wedding. And the entire time we were stressed and worried, I could always look over at Joe, and he'd be smiling. And he'd say, Marla, it's gonna be all right, we're gonna do it. He used to actually call me Big M, which I'm not sure I liked, but that's okay. So we were at our wedding, it's going great. My husband and I turn towards the pastor and we sit down, and all of a sudden the audience kind of starts giggling. And I lean over to my husband, I said, has my dress flipped up? I didn't know why people were laughing. And on the bottom of my husband's shoes, there had been white tape painted that said, call 911. I knew immediately who did that. And I asked Joe later, and he said, Marla, it's okay. It's all gonna be okay. You are so blessed to have Joe in your life. We all were. I just want you to remember that he made an impact on people. I didn't see Joe very often. I wasn't around him very often, but my children know him, my son remembers him, and the generosity and the kindness that he always shared. He was a real person, and we will miss him.
Hi, I'm Matthew. My dad, Romeo, is his cousin, so I call him Uncle Joe. My dad would tell me a lot of stories about Uncle Joe, how he's so good at swimming. How he's so good at swimming. We swam at Marine Hills, the same pool, but I never swam with him. But my dad told me just how amazing he was, and it just inspired me to kind of come out of my shell and live up to the name Dizon and become team captain of Marine Hills, and he inspired me to just do my best. Just hearing stories, and when he would see me, I didn't really spend much time with him, but he made me feel like I was just all like he knew me, and he's just so welcoming. I've never seen him with a frown. He's always smiling. And my parents would tell me about his artwork. I think this is artwork. They just said he's very artistic and it's so inspiring. So, I also got to share. As a swim instructor and a paraeducator, I would run into his former classmates in high school. They would see my name and they would ask me, "Are you related to Joe?" I said, "Yeah, it's my Uncle Joe." It's just I can just so proudly say that he's my uncle because he's amazing. He's so inspirational. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. And I was just telling my wife recently, talking about how cool Uncle Joe was. 2 days later, there was the news that he passed. So sorry.
Anyone else?
Joe was my uncle, and most people don't get to say that they were as close with their uncle as I was with him, because he always made sure to spend time with all of us. He was the most selfless person I ever knew. I had the privilege of spending his last day with him, and even though he was tired too. He was just the most selfless person ever. His room was right next to mine, and every night he would always ask if he needed to leave a light on for me. And every day I still see his toothbrush right next to mine. And I just don't want to believe it's true. Anytime I do something, he was the first person I wanted to show because I just wanted to impress him.
I'll try to bring up my. My name is Dick LaRue. I'm here with my wife, Claudette. And I'd like to direct my comments right now to Lily. Lily, we never met you. But believe me, your dad's life was contributed to his love for you. And I don't know if you might remember, now and then there would be mystery bag of gifts come from Jack's at Christmas or your birthday or Easter. And I must say, I put a rat on my wife here. She's the culprit. She did that. I hope you remember those. I'd like to pay a tribute to your bartending skills, which are supreme. Claudette is not a big drinker, or not a drink at all, but she would walk a mile over your dance. And a true story, one night, Claudette and I had been to the Supply Village Theater. We walked all the way up to Jack's. Walked in the door, it was crowded as usual. We didn't see your dad behind the bar. Claudette asked, "Is Joe on tonight?" And they said, "No." So to my embarrassment, she tripped right around and walked out. And I had to follow her. Well, a last comment. Joe had a skill set that if I lived to be 1,000, I will never figure out how he could do it. He would mix a drink in a shaker, and then he'd pour that drink in a martini glass. All the while shaking another drink in his other hand. Now that can't be done. And he did it, all the while smiling. The world is a lesser place since the 3rd of May.
Hi, my name is Brooke, and I'm gonna take a deep breath. I got to teach Lily preschool, and Joe was simply such a treat. Every morning he would come in and drop off Lily, but I really want to say because everybody talks about how Joe fills with life because he did. And much like what you're talking about his martinis, his dedication to excellence, not just in present, but how he braided Lily's hair every morning. I have a 5-year-old and a 2-year-old right now. It is not easy to get your children ready in the morning and have them looking as sharp as you did. His care and dedication to service and his love that he poured into those details that service that he did for the nonprofits in auctions and artwork, and still to this day, I just realized when I heard the news, I looked out at my children because it was just starting to get warm. They're out on the porch playing with Play-Doh on a table that he had made. It had all the children's artwork from Lily's class. And on it has this quote that is so Joe. And I'm gonna ask my mom to say it because I need to stop now. But Mom, you say the quote for me, please. Thank you. This is Bonnie.
To help me, that was a display.
Remember? Okay. Deep breath.
Breathe out. May the long-time sun shine upon you. All love surround you. And may the pure light within you guide you all the way on. Thank you, Jimmy. Thank you.
My name is Kathy. You can actually look up. I was gonna say look down because normally everyone has to look down, but today you get to look up. My name is Kathy. Longtime friend from the pet. There's a lot of good peckers here, and we all love and adore your dad. One of the stories that I think about Joe, we have a lot of good times with concerts and parties and everything, but the one most selfless things I've ever seen from him. We were in high school. I didn't have a date for my prom, and Julie lent out her boyfriend, and he did it like he was in high school. I think about when you guys speak, he's 54. Well, means we're about 7 years apart. And at the time, didn't think about it, and now I think, my gosh, who in their right mind in their mid-20s wants to go to a high school prom? That's Joe. He was a kid that will always be inside of him and do the selfless acts to make his friends happy. I had a couple other friends come into town from out of state, and they met him for all of 5 minutes. And when I mentioned that I was going to go to his service, they said, "Oh my God, little Joe, he makes the biggest impact in the shortest amount of time." And that's what Joe does. Everything that was said up here, I just was like, that's Joe. Selfless. Generous. He makes you feel like you're the only person in the room when you see him. Oh my goodness. So smart.
Never in a million years. Sorry, I can't talk right now. Never in a million years did I think I would be doing this. Never in a million years did I think someone unspeakable. As beautiful as you would be for my life. Time is something so valuable. But not as valuable as you. Time is a thief. As well as the greatest treasure, because I'm thinking you. You, my dad, are indescribable. You, my dad, are undeniably the kindest soul to ever grace the earth. You, my dad, are truly one of a kind. It is hard to talk about how amazing you are, because we would all be here forever. I have no words to describe
awards are worthy enough to be placed by your name. Joe Dizon found the joy in everything and the fun. He was an artist. When he saw the beauty in everything, my dad is the most incredible person I've had the pleasure of having in my life. He has given me a life that is almost too perfect to be real. Every day was an adventure with him. He made life too grand to not be appreciated, and too memorable to not be forgotten. He touched everyone who encountered him with his contagious smile and intoxicating laugh. His soul shined through his actions, putting others' needs before his own, never sharing his pain. Never once did I not see my dad have that loving grin on his face. Along with everything he had, my dad knew himself and knew his place. He accepted his life for what it was and treasured every step he took. From a young age, he was my guide. He always made sure I was on the right path in life. He's my mentor, my father, my best friend. He's my person. You are my other half. The memories I have with you are engraved in my head. You gave me new eyes and meaning as we were together. You always made sure I felt cared for and understood. You helped me in all parts of my life, whether it be in school, with boys, art, decisions, or just being there for somebody, for when I needed someone to listen to me. You were there giving me all the wisdom and creativity you had to offer. Your smile encouraged me, that life will fall into place for me. You gave me new perspectives and made me reflect on my own thoughts and actions every day. You made me who I am. I will miss our small adventures and life-altering talks. I will miss our long car rides and late karaoke sessions. I will miss the silent days we took just to rest. And I will miss the mindless movie nights. I will miss enjoying life with you by my side. And I will miss all you had to give. I will miss the days and nights spent just the two of us, with our creative and curious minds, questioning life and all it had to throw at us. As I reflect on our time spent, I can only smile as you did. You were incredible, simply remarkable. Now rejoined in the universe, you leave your imprints on all of us, one so beautiful that help us go on. From beginning to end, you inspired me and opened my mind, looking at life from a point of view that makes you feel so small, yet so huge. I have found my reason to keep living, and it is for you to experience what is given to me, to live life as it should be. I live for you, Dad. Though I cannot see you in everything I do, it is you who is helping me question the world. It is you who is guiding me in the right direction. It is you who is helping me see life as beautifully as you did. I leave you with these words of his. To grow is to endure pain. Endure pain, learn, and evolve. I evolve, I digress, I evolve again. The old me dies. The new me emerges and dies again when I am renewed. What my dad was getting at is that we are all in a never-ending cycle of change, evolution, and growth. Life will change us, but we can learn and grow from it. We will all become stronger and grow into ourselves, living life to the fullest, just as he did. Thank you, Dad. Thank you for everything you've given me, and the people you have touched. I will miss you endlessly. I love you. Thank you.
I think we all know where she got her words. Yeah. Again, I want to thank everyone for coming. Yeah. to see the great photos of Joe's happy life, the impact that it had on everybody. And I'll just leave you with a quote. Also in this little book of quotes. One day, your life will flash before your eyes. Make sure it's worth watching. Joe's life is worth watching. And we're going to watch it every day. Billy and all the people. Thank you all very much. We love you, Joe.
I'm not doing it. Somebody else. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Anyone who would like to partake, we'd like to do a toast for Joe with a little shot of bourbon. We'll meet out one of the outside rooms. We'll do it outside. We'd like to partake in that if you are old enough to partake in that. We'll do it outside.
There's a view of the mountain outside.